Not a car guy here, and today I'll be showing you how to replace the thermostat in your New Edge Mustang, and possibly why not to get coolant in and around your eyes. So the first thing we got to do is drain the coolant from the radiator drain plug. Well, theoretically this would be an easy thing to do, except that mine was broken. That sucks. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that. What I ended up doing is jamming a screwdriver deep down inside, a flathead screwdriver. I was able to loosen it that way. I'm not a car guy, and that thing shot out a lot farther than I thought it would. So I got some in my beard, and on my arm I went in and washed it off. It's not too bad, but it definitely doesn't feel great. If you're not sure where the radiator drain plug is, it's behind the front bumper and underneath, just left of center on the passenger side. Under normal circumstances, if you have a standard radiator drain plug, you would remove it with a wrench. Or if yours is like my wingnut style replacement plug, you can just loosen it by hand. Before you do this, make sure you lay down a clean drip and pay attention to that little hole that is a spout. So when you loosen that drain plug, coolant's going to come shooting out of there. Don't overlook that like me, because you'll have a mess to clean up and your skin might feel kind of funny. Next, we're going to remove the radiator cap to help it drain faster. And next, we're going to remove the bolts from the thermostat housing. Now, the thermostat housing only has 2 bolts. 1, 2. But one of them isn't very accessible, so I opted to remove the bracket that sits on top of the alternator to gain access to that second bolt. And now we can get to that other bolt. Don't mind my bloody knuckle. When you pull the top part of the housing off, hold the hose up vertically just to drain any coolant that might still be in there. To remove the old thermostat, I had to pry it with a screwdriver because it was actually pretty tight. I recommend that you do the same. If you're replacing your thermostat with the Mishimoto Racing Thermostat, it actually comes with a gasket that won't fit a standard intake. As you can see, when I try to put the housing down, it just won't seal because it's too big. It has to actually fit inside. But all you have to do is remove the gasket, and then you can just drop it right in there. And you can use a seal from your old thermostat or just get a new one and place it right on top. After you place the new thermostat inside the intake, and then you get your seal nice and secure, then just put the housing back on and put the bolts back in and tighten it up. After you put the housing back on, just remember to put the metal bracket back on the alternator. Now that you're done installing the thermostat, you just gotta tighten your drain plug back up, or in my case, replace it entirely. And then you can put the coolant back into the radiator. I suggest that you either get a brand new pan so that it's really clean, or you just make sure that the pan you're using is free of debris or oil or anything that you don't want getting mixed with your coolant. The other thing you need to know is that the coolant you use needs to be the same color as the coolant that was in your car previously, because if the different colors mix, it actually can cause corrosion to the internal components of your car. No bueno. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please give me a like and a subscribe. I'm not a car guy, but I will be. Giddy up.